Hey guys, I'm very sad to say this, but I simply just can't enjoy doing RTA anymore in Etheria Restart, and I probably will not do any more RTA after this. I may do one game to just keep my rank to the end of the season, but I simply just don't enjoy doing RTA anymore, simply because the meta and the unit that get released just directly destroy the way I enjoy the game. And you can say that, Sean, you can simply change the way you play the game and shift it to how the meta wants it to be. But I just want to play the game how I like and enjoy the game. And if the game doesn't allow me to do that, then I think I can play the game less. That's pretty much it. You can also see that I changed my name to a random name that is very popular on the ladder, and so that I can play with Nahor. That is pretty much the only reason, right? Because people see my name, they pre-ban this character, I don't get to play with him. That kind of kill half the motivation I have to do RTA. But then I've been building other character to sort of replace him. So I've been really enjoying Lilith recently, and I built Lilith up so that I can have another AoE character. As you can see right here, I finally managed to sort of half build this character. So I have like skill 2 and skill 3 kind of almost maxed out. And I just don't have the resources to build the newest character anymore, even though right now she is the strongest character in PvP. Once again, newest banner, very, very strong character. She fit into turn 2 really, really well, and she completely shut down a CC team, which is my team. I choose to play the team. It is my fault that I just stumble upon the playstyle that the dev hate the most, pretty much. So if you own like a P5 Messiah, you can cleave with different booster. But if you play CC and you fail to stun her, and then they have Aya and Doki or Linglo or something that cleanse, because somehow with Doki and Linglo, it was already like, okay, controlling is getting a bit annoying. And then they release a direct counter to the playstyle that I just don't have the resource to build yet. So if I build this character and I steal it, then I can use it in my control team, but I just don't have the resources. I don't plan to spend another $500 to max her out. So sucks to be me, right? But now they have another new unit that comes out that can be ridiculously strong against what I do, because the moment I fail to stun her one time, I've done so many matches today, and the opponent first pick her, right? I let her through to see what happened. I fail to stun her, and then she accumulate full stack. She doesn't counter me immediately when she gets CC. Thank God. She get out of it. The enemy healer take one turn, do one default attack. She slapped this skill, and because I play control, I don't build anything on Bloodbath. She will one-shot my Nahor or whatever immediately, and then she get to do the out again. So pretty much she wiped my entire team. So Sean, just put everything on Bloodbath. You know, that's gonna solve the problem. Sure, I can do that. But isn't it weird that every character in the game that you play in PvP has to be in Bloodbath now? It used to be like okay to be without Bloodbath, so I only farm Doki Doki. But now, if you're not on Bloodbath, you start your turn with an AoE strip like Plume or Hendrik, or you boost your turn with Mio, you do some sort of AoE attack, you can almost die immediately from Bramble. And every bruiser is on Bramble. Tiamat, this girl, Rahu, and Holden counter all the time anyway. So you start a turn, you already almost die. And then they have some sort of like, I'm going to do some big AoE damage now. Your entire team die. So, I mean, personally, I'm just saying that I just can't play. And it is my fault that I don't use Bloodbath. I'm an idiot. I'm stupid, right? I don't farm that, so now I'm being heavily punished. I could start doing that very, very soon, but it's gonna take a lot of time to refarm my gear so I can shift everything to Bloodbath and change the way I enjoy the game entirely to fit the way that the game wants me to play. And that just feels kind of shit. And also, my latest investment has been focused on CC unit like Mio, Hendrik, Nahor, and that kind of stuff, so that I can enjoy the game the way I want. And that just kind of sucks because they don't really fit into the mold of what the games want you to enjoy with Bruiser character, that is just so much better. They are so dominant in high rank, and you have to sort of always play Bruiser-ish, and then you mix a bit of CC in there, that kind of thing, then you're going to do really, really well. If you play like me, like raw CC, you are just kind of asking to be deleted from playing PvP, which kind of sucks. So even with a reset event, I can't just reset my gear, right? Like I farm a lot of like time weave because you need accuracy. If you have like lower than 300 accuracy, you're an idiot pretty much, because you cannot control people with ridiculous accuracy. So if you fully focus on accuracy, then you just can't survive shit. And then my shell is also focused on speed, also focus on insight, so that I can have enough accuracy to land shit on people. So to switch to some other things, to different kind of passive, it's gonna take such a long time that I don't know if I can have the the willpower in me to do that anymore. So that kind of sucks a little bit. And there are so many other underlying problems with the game. So in my other game that I play a lot, which is Summoner's War, if I don't enjoy RTA for like a whole season, I can still really enjoy the game because it has such a diverse and cool guild battle system. The guild battle system in this game would take a whole week to prepare for like a 10-minute battle. It is not exactly very fun. And then in the top guild, which doesn't affect like 99% of the people, if you tie with another strong guild, let's say Scarlet and Abyss fight one another and they tie, they used to get minus 30 for so many weeks. Weeks after weeks, they get minus 30, and now they change to minus 0, but it is still not very motivating for them to push for higher rank in guild content. And I don't know, it's just not very exciting to wait the entire week. And also the system is very tiring for the guild leader, who has to beg everybody to fill up their defense towers. So a lot of individual responsibility right there that people just don't want to put in. And also guilds are just dying left, right, center. People have to find new people for their guild all the time just to do the guild boss and that kind of stuff. So this section of the game feels kind of abandoned a little bit. There's just not a lot of excitement going on in this section of the game, and without guild PvP being exciting, and I simply just can't play RTA at all. I don't know how I can enjoy the game at the moment, and that's just very sad for me to say because I really want to enjoy the game. I've been trying to find ways to go around and beat these characters, but it just get harder and harder and harder unnecessarily every single season to play the control archetype, which I think is a very popular way to play in turn-based game. And it just kind of sucks that it gets harder and harder, and we don't get new character to help with that. But the new character destroy the way we play. I mean, just me, that's just me personally. Okay, I'm just ranting about how I enjoy the game, and the dev just doesn't really let that happen. And more than that, there are like other things that are pretty much non-problem for me, but could be problem for people. Like events are not really exciting. We're just seeing recycle event one after another. It is pretty much gameplay, like seasonal gameplay mode, but not exactly like event that we are used to in other game where you play the game itself and not like the seasonal mode and you get rewarded. Like this is great, right? Free stuff, you click a little bit here and there, but it's just not very engaging and exciting. There's no new theme to the thing as well. So I don't know. Overall, I just can't really find myself very motivated to farm because the way that I enjoy the game is getting absolutely crushed. And if I want to shift the way I enjoy the game or the way I play competitively to something else entirely, it feels impossible, because whenever you want to build a single new unit, whenever you want to shift your playstyle to a different thing, it takes so much resources. And I don't even know if I'm going to enjoy that, because I tried to play a bit of Bruiser before I fully commit to CC, and I absolutely hated it. Like I lattice my Holden because I want to try to see if I'm gonna like it. I lattice my Linglo, my Holden, and I build a couple Bruiser unit. I try to play it. It wasn't very exciting. That's why I go fully committed to CC, because it was more fun to play. And I think that is a very important factor for you when you play any video game. And after doing that for so long, I don't know if I have the motivation to switch to a different playstyle. I just can't. It sucks so bad. Maybe the new unit that get released after this will be a bit more control and it's gonna be more exciting to play, and I'm gonna feel motivated again. But right now, it's not really it, man.